There's no way this guy's gas safe registered. Not a chance. I mean, there's questionable workmanship, and then there's just downright stupid. While we're here, classic. While you're here, it's what a ball ache. It's that the gas pipe unclipped. What's going on, guys? Apologies that it's been so long since my last video. Life is mental, and sometimes I don't get all the time that I'd like to do all the things I want to do. So we are back with another video this week, and it's a bit of a corker. I want to say another massive thank you for all the huge support we've had. We cleared 300 subscribers, and it's amazing. I was never expecting it to do as well as it is so quick. So massive thank you, guys. And on that note, if this is your first time here or you're enjoying the content, please consider liking the video and give us a subscribe. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments or direct messages, whatever you want to do. I love hearing from you guys, especially the positive stuff. So I hope you enjoy. Catch you soon. What's going on? Right. Today, bit of a strange one, but actually it's probably more common than people think. Kitchen sink is just inside this window here. And what happens is it glugs. Whenever it's draining, it's always glugging and glugging and glugging. Actually, it can continue to glug for 2 or 3 minutes after it's finished draining everything. Reason why it's doing that is actually quite a simple one. So that is the kitchen waste coming out there, and then it runs along the building, around the corner, goes into there, along there, and then effectively under the whole house, and then over to the front. This is a terraced property, so it runs basically under the whole house, and then to a gully drain at the front. Problem is it's got no air coming in. So when you have a saw stack 4-inch pipe, it will always vent all the way up to above your roof line, for exactly the same reason as when you put your finger over the end of a straw in a drink and lift it out, the liquid doesn't come out. So it needs air coming into the top of the pipe to basically dispose of the water properly. So what we're going to do here is one of these. So this is an air admittance valve. This is a 1.5 inch version, but they do them in 1.25 inch, 1.5 inch, 2 inch, 4 inch, 6 inch probably. Never had to do one, but that's the plan for today. So we're going to cut that there, run it along to the outside, and then up the corner, and pop this one of these in the top, and that should stop the glugging. So set the time lapse up and you can watch me work. Just so you know how I proved that was the problem, down here was a little rodding eye, which we've just unscrewed and taken off, and then I left it like that for a couple of days, no glugging. So as you can see, air can now get in there. So I know that's the problem. Let's get it fixed. Sorted. So we teed in, run across and up, and then over there you can see the air admittance valve. I've put it on a compression coupling because it's a mechanical part. So there's a chance that down the line it will need to be replaced or changed or taken out to be cleaned, whatever it is. By not gluing it, we can take it out. So while we're here, classic. Ooh, while you're here, we've got 2 outside taps to change. This one they want to leave like that and just change the tap, and then one at the front, they want me to extend it up the back of up the wall into a wall plate elbow, and then a new tap on. So I'm gonna do that. What a ball ache. So the tap, when it was to undo the tap, was hitting the wall. And I couldn't sweat it off because there was still water inside. So what I've had to do is take my recip saw, basically cut down the shank of the tap so I could then unscrew it. Once I unscrewed it, I could get the water out of it, and then I could, that's still hot, sweat off that little bit. So we've now got a pipe there which I can clean up, solder an elbow on, bring it up the clips, and then put a new tap on. I am going to talk to them though, because I'm just thinking long term, if I put it there, if we ever come to change the tap again, we're going to have the same problem, aren't we? So it's going to hit this wall. So what I'm thinking about doing is bringing it over slightly closer to this wall. So let's go from there. Been there apparently. Right, so we've just angled it out, bring it away from this wall so that you can actually spin the tap on and off. How novel. And then bring it up and do it here. This pipe will be insulated and lagged, but they're going to render this in the next couple of days. So I'm going to let them do that first. This is like 5 minutes from my house, so I'll pop in one evening and I'll throw some insulation on. But yeah, sweat went well, so pleased with that. That's another little awkward little number, but it's done now. Dustbin's about to drive over all my tools. Cool, this is the leak. And I'll show you in a minute when I get the case off. So don't worry, I'm just filming. So, customer's going to have a new bathroom. So we are going to, for the meantime, just cap this off. And then when they have the bathroom redone, they'll replace it. So, let's do it. Okay, so, that drip there, obviously the water is off at the moment. This is just having a moment. It's coming out of this seal here. Customer didn't want to spend any money on it because they're redoing it. So we're going to try and take this off. I'm going to try and take this off, put 2 caps on there, and then hopefully put the cover back on just to cover the hole. So see how we get on. Just cap the pipes in there, put the case back on, we're off. Here's a goodie for you. Right, came here to look at this little beastie that's leaking. And while I was here, I noticed something a little bit interesting. So let's turn the camera around and I'll show you what we've got. Underneath, we've got all the pipe work. Now, first thing to notice is a classic Flexi Friday, because connecting those 2 pieces of pipe up was obviously way too much hardship. Yeah. Secondly, right, this is the gas pipe, okay? And I was following it across and I went, oh, why if they put a gas cock on it and well, that pipe's painted? Actually, it's not. It's, that is a gas pipe, unclipped. That's a first for me, and it goes all the way down, unclipped, along underneath the dishwasher, underneath the kitchen sink cupboard, all the way around, and then in. I'm honestly lost for words. Obviously I've told the client what I found, and we're gonna have to change it because I can't leave it like that. So the plan is I'm gonna leave it up to the customer whether he wants to go down the Riddle route or gas safe route. I mean, there's no way this guy's gas safe registered, not a chance. I mean, there's questionable workmanship, and then there's just downright stupid, which is what this person obviously is. So we're going to cut this out. This is a washing machine which I can pull out because I've got to somehow now, I mean, this kitchen was fitted 18 months ago. When the kitchen wasn't fitted, none of these units were here. You know, you're talking 20 minutes, half an hour to get that gas line in. So whether they forgot or what, I don't know. But either way, I can't leave a gas line on speed fit. I've tested it and it's sound, it's holding gas, but it's just a massive no-no. So I've got to cut it out and get it going. Okay, update time. Right, we're in, up to there, through there, along there, and then this is on a bend, so we don't have to worry about the fitting leak or anything like that. And we're up to here. So what I'm going to do now is pressure test so I can get this washing machine back in, because I can't get the dishwasher out without the washing machine back in. So that's next. Right, we're all done. How annoying is that? Such is life, real world. So, connected back onto that gascot, run down through the back, offset, back to the wall, behind the dishwasher, and through, round the corner, behind the washing machine, and up. All tested up, all hunky-dory. And that's my day done. Anybody who works in this game will appreciate this. Every week, you've got to grab a cup of tea, you've got to put the graft in, because you can't work when your van looks like that. So, I'll make time and clean it. Right, I wanted to run you through a very, very quick, really common fault that I get all the time. We're here today to service this and also do a landlord certificate on it. We have got a 29 CDI Classic. Now, I installed this 4 years ago, something like that. And on the whole, she's doing all right. She's doing pretty good. I've come here today. And I've basically came here and the pressure was at 0, and instinctively I just go and top it up, and then I think, okay, why is it leaking? Let's find it out. So what I've done is I've actually finish the service, and then part of the service I always test the expansion vessel. Now what happens is, very, very quickly, I might even do a different video on this, but what happens is basically there's a rubber diaphragm between two areas, one filled with central heating water and the other filled with air. That air charge should be set to about 1 bar. The idea being that as the water heats up, the molecules expand. It needs something to expand against, so it pushes against that air charge, and then as it cools again, it then retracts back in. The idea being to regulate your central heating pressure at somewhere between 1 and 2 normally. Okay, so the fact that we've got this at 0, what's happening is it's got nowhere to expand to. So what's happened is that diaphragm in the middle has perforated. Now both sides are filled with central heating water. So as it heats up, it's got nowhere to expand. Then what happens is the pressure goes up and up and up. And then once it hits, I don't know if you can be able to see it on this or not. I think from memory it's right at the back. Yeah, effectively right at the back, there's something called a PRV, or a pressure relief valve. So what happens is, pressure wise, it will go up and up and up until it hits 3 or goes into the red, and then it will discharge a small amount of water until that pressure's dropped back down into what they're classing as safe. As it cools down, it's then fine, and then does it again and again and again, and eventually loses a little bit of pressure each time, and then before you know it, you're at 0, boiler won't fire. Okay, really, really common. Now, yes, a lot of people know now with combis or system boilers that what you need to do whenever the boiler doesn't work is lots of people will come and just throw small pressure in it. 9 times out of 10, yes, that's fine, but you're not fixing the problem. All you're doing is curing the symptoms. Yeah, so really, really classic. Luckily on this one, it's a pretty simple change. As you can see, it's nice and accessible. Some of the compact ranges and the juniors are a real pig because they're right at the back and you have to actually take the whole boiler off the wall to change it. Either way, everything else here is fine. We are going to go ahead and quote to get that changed. But yeah, little top tip from the top. If you're losing pressure, generally speaking, it's 2 faults. 1, you've got a leak. And 2, you've got an expansion vessel fault. There are a few alternatives, but generally speaking, those are your main 2. We've got 3 TRVs that need changing, which I'll show you. And we also need to change this little beastie. So they've just put a new boiler in, but the guys who came and did the boiler didn't change that for whatever reason. So we have got this is the 28mm version, so this is quite a big house here. So we need to fit that and change those TRVs over, and then while we're here we're also going to do a flush. Little tip here for you, this is a 440 CDI floor standing Worcester Bosch combi. So pop you back in there. Top tip from the top, if you ever can't find a drain valve with these, if you take the filling loop off, you can actually attach your hose on there and then open up the valve, and it will drain. So let's do that now. Okay, so hose is all connected, just with a standard tap flexi. And what we're going to do is just open this up, he says. Like that. And then I've just run it out into the drain. So let that drain out, open up some bleed valves upstairs, then we'll get on with these TRVs and this mag clean change. Okay, system's all drained. So let's have a look and see what we've got in here. Oh yeah, lovely. Now, the guy who did the boiler swap told the customer that not only had he flushed, but that he cleaned the filter. And this was maybe 3 weeks ago. So, I mean, that is atrocious. So we're going to replace it. Okay, so it's not perfect. Would I like to get it straight? Yes, I would, 100%, but that's what we've got when we've got this much access. Can't take this panel off because I'd have to mess around with all these electrics, and I believe also the light. So that's what we've got. It will work perfectly well in there. So that's that done. Already changed the 2 TRVs, so I think we're ready to film.